Here is something that should make no sense. Some of the worst money decisions I've ever seen came from people who teach money for a living. Bankers living paycheck to paycheck, accountants drowning in debt, economic professors with no real investment. These are people who understand money on paper and still cannot make it work in real life. And that's when it hit me. Knowing about money and being good with money are not the same skill. And most people never learn the second one. Financial freedom has almost nothing to do with intelligence, income, or credentials. The people who actually win with money, they're not smarter. They just build a few tiny, boring habits that quietly do the heavy lifting for them. So, in this video, I'm going to give you 7 small habits that completely transform my financial life. Habits that work even if you're busy, overwhelmed, or starting with very little, very late. If you stay to the end, you will understand why smart people struggle with money and exactly what to do differently starting today. Let's get into it. And don't forget to take notes and leave them in the comment section so others can learn from your perspective. Habit number 1, build systems that makes decision for you. This one changed everything for me. If you only take one thing from this entire video, make it this one. Stop relying on willpower and start building systems. For years, I had the same conversation with myself every month. I'll save more this month. I'll invest consistently. I'll remember to pay everything on time. And every month, life happened. I would get busy. I would forget, or I would see something that I wanted and I would tell myself, it's fine. I'll just use the money and I'll save double next month. But guess what? That next month, I never saved that double. Everything changed the moment I stopped trying to remember to do the right thing and set up a system that did the thinking for me, a system that made the move without me thinking. Now, on payday, money moves on its own. Savings happen by itself, investment happen by itself, and bills pay themselves. No reminders, no effort, no decision fatigue. We already have too many decisions to make a day. The more you can just automate things, the more you free up your mind to actually increase your income. I wasn't constantly thinking, did I move that money? Or when is that bill due? Did I mess up something this month? The decision was made once when I automated the system, and that system has run for the last 6 years. So here is exactly what to automate. Savings transfer the day after payday. Bills payment, investment contribution, and if you are an immigrant, also automate how much money you want to be sending home every month. But automation only works if your money is going to the right places, which brings me to habit number 2, and this one might make you uncomfortable. Align your money with your priorities. One day I wrote down my top 5 priorities: time with the people that I love, my health, learning and growth, financial security, and charity work. Then I opened my bank statement and I was shocked because there was a massive gap between what I said I cared about and where my money was actually going. Hundreds of dollars on clothes that I didn't even like, bought it because it looked good on somebody else. Hundreds on dinners I went because others went, subscription that I had forgotten existed. Meanwhile, almost nothing was spent on learning, bare minimum on quality food, and very little invested in my future. So I had to flip that, put more money towards books, courses, hired mentors, spend money on better food, fitness, consistent investing. It made me feel so great because my money finally matched my values and were providing what I deeply desired. So today, write down your top 5 priorities in life and pull up your last 30 days of spending on your bank account and look for that gap. That gap is where stress lives, because when you spend money on things that don't really fulfill you, it feels like you're wasting money and throwing money away. That gap is why money feels like it disappears, because it's not feeding your true desires. So when you close that gap and begin to invest money into things that grow you and things that are important to you, everything changes. Habit number 3, do a weekly money check-in. 30 minutes that changes everything for me. Once a week, especially on Saturday mornings, I block out 30 minutes. No distraction, just me, my bank statement, credit card statement, and honesty. That 30 minutes has done more for my wealth than any secret strategy ever could. Here is the process. First, I review where my money actually went, not where I'm hoping and praying and thinking it should go, but where it actually went. Not to judge myself, but to help me notice the patterns of how I am managing this money. Secondly, I check for progress. Am I on track? Am I ahead? Or am I behind? After seeing the pattern, I now choose one area to focus on next month. Not 10 goals, not a total financial overhaul, but one. Am I eating a lot outside? Can I reduce it by 20%? Am I not investing enough? Can I increase my investment by 1%? Am I saving enough or can I improve my savings by $200? Just one thing a month. Because when you try to change everything, you end up not changing anything. One clear target for 30 days and you're most likely going to hit it. And if you do this for 12 times in a year, you have made 12 real upgrades to your financial life without any burnout or necessary sacrifice. So, habit number 4, train your brain for delayed gratification. We live in an instant world, instant food, instant entertainment, instant delivery. But wealth works in the opposite direction, not instant at all. When I started investing, it felt so painful watching my money leave my account and knowing that I couldn't touch it for a decade. It felt like a bill. So I reframed it. I stopped seeing it as sacrifice and I started seeing it as paying my future self. What will your future self thank you for? What will she need in the future that you are already getting it ready for her? That is how I began to see it. When you do this, skipping impulse buy won't feel like deprivation. Your future self isn't a stranger. She matters just as much as you do right now. Habit number 5, start investing, even if it feels small. Working with a lot of older people on their finances, the biggest regret I hear isn't, I didn't earn enough. It is, I didn't start earlier. When I earned $30,000 a year, I began with tiny amounts and I still worked that 30K like it was a million. What you do with $10, you would do the same with $10,000 and you would do the same with 100K. It doesn't matter the amount. It's the habit and the consistency that count. So when I started, it felt pointless at the time because I was investing very little. But now I see that time does the heavy lifting for me. You don't need a fancy strategy or a secret hack. All you need is to start with a low cost index fund. Buy consistently. Let compounding do the work for you. Even if it's $50 a month, it matters. Because 5 years from now, you would either be glad you started or you will wish you had started. Habit number 6, talk about money with people you trust. I love talking about money. Most people avoid money conversations, yet most people need them. Once I started having honest conversation with friends, partners, colleagues, everything accelerated. I learned so much from their perspective, from what they're doing, from what they've learned from other people. If you are afraid of doing that, you can start the conversation like this. I have been thinking about my finances lately. How do you manage yours? And you will be so amazed how open people are to talking about money. Habit number 7, this is one of the most important ones. Invest in skills that increase your income. The best investment isn't in stocks or crypto, it's in you. It is in high value skills, high income skills. I've had multiple of them. I invested first 6 months into a network engineering skill. That skill alone got me my first six figure in a year. Then I invested into the skill of being a cloud architect, more six figures. Then I bought a course that taught me how to do e-commerce. That skill alone got me a high six figure. Then I paid a coach to teach me how to buy cash flowing business. That alone took me to a seven figure. Learn how to earn. It is very important that you learn how to earn. It's the most important thing that you can do for yourself because you are your greatest asset. If you are making low income, please invest everything you have into learning how to earn more. Invest in books, invest in a course, invest in a coach that has the result that you want. Because skills compound forever. It is better to have enough money for you to invest $5,000 a month than to invest $50 because you have low income. So, in conclusion, financial literacy is in your habits, systems, alignment, and consistency. Pick one of these habits and implement today, because 6 months from now, you will feel different. And a year from now, your life would literally look different. And don't forget to take notes and leave them in the comment section so others can learn from your perspective. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.